know the Dark Mage would have done a lot. Oh.
Wait, how did that happen?
The house.
Oh.
The house. I forgot I could step
God
on the
damn
house.
Me too. It doesn't look like it.
I forgot
It
about
looks
that.
like the Path of Radiance houses where you can't walk in. Oh. The number of times I've been hit from 2 range by someone who goes on a house.
Oh well, I'll be back in a sec. Oh, we're all the way back here, huh? That's because Dani had a wonderful idea that I am going to be stealing and using.
So this is how I usually approach this map. I was kind of surprised, like, I know that the axe break wall is a thing that happens in some LTCs. But honestly, I was kind of surprised that, you were doing it just because it's not something that I typically think of as, like, super good or necessary.
Yeah, I've never really thought about doing this way, about just throwing 2 units over the wall that can deal with these guys.
I mean, you get a dancer, it's a 1-tile wall. So for those who weren't able to pick up or just listening to the background, hello. We just used our mounted units to rescue drop. Basically, we had 2 horses rescue units we want on the other side of the wall, and then Shanna take drops them and is danced in order to take drop the second one.
So now we have Rucker and Jarrett in the center section where all the shops and arena and stuff are.
And once we kill those archers, the steel bow, longbow, and killer bow archers that were giving us so much trouble, Shanna with a sword can also go over there, and since all of the enemies are axes, Jarrett, Rutger, and Shanna can all, like, pretty feasibly take them on, because, like, weapon triangle advantage plus low skill plus low hit
Plus
equals ponage and
ratio.
Turn. Yes, precisely. I know it looks like we're the ones getting ratioed, but he just put himself in a situation where we can very easily box him in. We only need 1 unit to box him in.
Yep.
Like, because the AI is obsessed with getting terrain bonuses, they will frequently do that, where they will just, like, go onto a village or, well, I guess archers on villages might... Let's not bring that up, because that might bring back traumatic flashbacks.
Let's not talk about archers walking on village tiles.
Okay, I won't. But frequently they'll put themselves in a situation where they can just very, very easily get brothel stomps.
No one else.
Using Shanna to set kills for Zealot.
Yes. We also got to build that sword
I mean, he's
ring.
boxed in now, though.
Yep.
Like, now he'll be boxed in, even if Zealot doesn't kill.
And it
Like,
saves
if
the
say
silver
you
lance
miss,
use.
like, a 90 or something. Or if you miss a 100, because did you know? In
Oh
Fire
god, here we
Emblem
go
6,
again.
the Binding Blade,
I actually still want to do this.
you can actually miss a 100.
I think I'd rather go for the assurance that this archer dies this turn. Everything's a little bit turn sensitive.
73 hit being the assurance is
Two
certainly a sentiment.
2 73s is my assurance. One of them's bound to hit, right?
I guess. Like, you're not wrong, but it doesn't feel good.
It's the best we're taking, so I'm gonna take what we can get.
Yeah, like I said,
69.
you're not wrong, but it does not feel good to say that.
And I still love this game for some reason.
No, I agree.
Good Gonzo level.
I don't think that everyone having bad hit is necessarily a bad thing. I just think that it makes some chapters, such as this one, feel really,
Difficult for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I don't like when you, like, I like the chapters where it's, like, you want to have backup plans, right?
Yes.
I like it when that happens. Because there are chapters where it's like, you want to have a backup plan. I think it's cool to try to be in a situation where you have to try to come up with backup plans. But unfortunately, like, more often than not, instead it's just like, you don't have backup plans, so you just fail. Like, I think the good FE FE6 chapters are like weirdly. This is a game where like I actually like the end game, which I think normally I tend to prefer the mid game over the end game. But in the end game, there are some mid game maps like this. But in the end game, you get like a ton of units more than you need, and as such, you have like units who are just there to be the backup.
Yes. Especially whenever you get to some maps where you can field 16 plus units.
Mm-hmm. I guess there are some mid-game maps like that. Like the next map, Chapter 12, I feel like is one where like
You can field
you've
a
got
lot
a good
of units
number of
next map.
competent units. Yeah. Although you do also have to do the split thing. Next
Yeah,
map.
that's true. You're forced to divide your army up.
Look at you cleverly equipping a bow so you could counter the archer.
Yeah, I knew the fighter was going to be an issue, but I have tools for the fighter, and I don't have as many tools for, like, the Dark Mage. And I wanted to accurately chip the Dark Mage.
No, that makes sense. Shamans are scary. Also, when you say accurately chip, do you mean reduced to 1 HP?
It's still chip at the end
That's
of the day.
typically not what I think of. No, you're correct. You're technically correct. The best kind of correct.
Oh, still doesn't kill. This is a bad unit.
It throws me off so much that shortbows are not brave because I've been playing a ROM hack where shortbows are brave.
I mean, hey, this is totally
I just
brave.
finished
See?
it
There's
last
times two.
night. Oh yeah, and the enemy's not going to counter.
Pew.
Oh, I guess we'll never find out if the enemy was going to counter. Because the crit.
Just critical.
But just kidding. Just kidding. He didn't kill with the crit. I'm good at math, I promise.
Okay, this looks so much more manageable. Gosh, I could even throw another person over this wall if I really wanted to. Because I kind of want to put Marcus over here too.
I mean, do you have the turns to do that? I guess what you do is you just have Shanna rescue, Zealot
Yeah.
take drop? Question
That's what
mark?
I was thinking was Shanna rescue, Marcus take drop.
Oh, I got Marcus and Zealot. Wait, I thought Zealot's on the... Wait, which one of those is... Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Zealot.
Jarrett's over here. I was thinking about throwing Marcus over here too.
Yeah, so you were gonna have Shanna rescue Marcus and then Zealot take drop. Okay, so I was right and you were wrong.
Yeah. I might have said something wrong earlier.
As long as
I don't
we're-
remember.
You said you were going to have Marcus
Oh,
take drop.
yeah, I said that wrong then.
And unless I'm gas lamping myself, maybe I'm gas lamping myself, but I think you said Marcus was gonna take drop, and I was like, well, how does he take drop if he's the one being taken and dropped?
I might have. There's a very good chance I did.
It's okay, I forgive you.
At least the people watching can, like, back the video up 10 seconds and see who was right.
If something silly happened, like there's absolutely gonna be like comments about it.
Oh, we didn't get the good fear level up this time. Which means this will be the winning attempt.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Fear was just doomed to a life of mediocrity, clearly.
It's tragic.
The one sad thing about, like, the wall strat is because Shanna is promoted, she can't rescue boars.
Yeah.
Good old one-range physic, I see.
Nah, we're just gonna dance him.
Uh,
Because that means, yeah.
so it means that boars has to be with the bottom squad, and the bottom squad tends to value high move, like, very highly.
If only we had a pair of boots for him.
We'll get them in the desert. Are you gonna bring boars to the desert?
I'll see how desperate I am.
I'll be very curious to see what your desert team looks like, honestly.
Oh, I'm very curious to see what my desert team looks like. Oh, he's so close to one rounding with this. But this guy still exists, and that annoys me on a personal level.
No, it's definitely a little bit cringe.
Okay.
It's definitely a little bit cringe.
Okay, how do you stack it to this
Don't know
guy?
what that voice was. Don't at me.
Wait. This fighter... So this one's lower level, but he has... What is that? 4 more HP than the one higher level than him? Interesting.
I mean,
interesting.
if Gonzalez taught us anything, it's that level and stats don't correspond with each other.
Very true. Okay, I might put Rutger here to bait some of these fighters up, and then next turn we'll blitz the archer.
Makes sense.
If that's the case, then I think I have a turn to pull Marcus over. Unless, I don't want Marcus down here for the speed.
I think that you really want
Marcus down here.
because like Klein is going to show up on turn 5. I think that you
that's
really want to
true.
start moving.
Yeah, we gotta move. If that's the case, then I'll put you here. Well, that's gonna bait you over, and I want you to get one rounded. Okay, we'll put you down here, unless there's an archer. No. Oh, I forgot to check my shopping list to see what I was supposed to buy. Whoopsie daisies. I'll just guess.
Eggs, milk, flour. Actually, I can make that joke better. I have an actual shopping list on Discord. My wife and I have like a Discord that's just the two of us. All right, jam, strawberry or raspberry, shredded lettuce, shredded trees, salsa,
Trees.
roast beef, vegetarian patties, vegetarian ham, Swiss cheese, cat food, cat treats, clothes hangers, sponge, dish soap, syrup, lactate, bread, paper towels, buns, paper bowls, veggie nuggies, butter. That's your shopping list.
Cool.
Get all of that at the armory, okay?
I'll go find all of the armory. Oh, I can't one around this. I can't one around the archer this turn.
You could have if you had the butter.
We could
The
slip
butter
right
is
past
effective
them.
against archers.
Yes, I would like to.
You slip right past them.
I would like to cast grease right here, please. I need them all to make some saves, or else they'll fall prone.
You've been playing too much Baldur's Gate, haven't you?
Mostly D&D in general.
That's fair. I haven't played D&D in a while. Every time I play D&D, like, the group ends up falling apart.
That's
The
always
eternal
upsetting.
curse of, like, group fall apart. I tried it in high school, and then, like, because it was a boarding school, and, like, the schedules were, like, weird and strict, we just ended up just not being able to continue. And then I tried it in college, and the DM's girlfriend was one of the people, but, like, they had just, like, I didn't realize this, but they had just started dating, which, like, I'm sorry. Advice to everyone, if you just started dating, and this wasn't like, oh, they were friends beforehand, they met and started dating immediately. So then they had a very messy breakup. And prior to that, it was already not great because, like, he, like, constantly just, like, changed the story to focus around her and her character, and she was also clearly not into it. But then afterwards, it was even worse because she had they had a very messy breakup, but also insisted on still both being part of the D&D campaign, so it's just uncomfortable for everyone.
That sounds very uncomfortable.
But you think it can't get more uncomfortable.
Oh.
One of the other players started dating her.
This sounds like a messy drama show.
Yeah, it was fucking college, too. Like, that's high school drama shit, right? But that was fucking college. Like,
Yeah, it sounds the give house.
people are interesting.
Indeed, they are. Go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no enemies over here, right? Yeah. Not yet, anyways. Yum. Okay, now I actually have to deal with this.
That's so clever. They positioned the One Rangers to stop you from being able to fight. That feels like I know that was obviously just an accident of the AI, but that feels like it's actually smart strategy.
It
It's
feels
so
like,
funny.
It feels like Conquest almost. This looks like something Conquest would do at some point. Like, purposefully keep the 2-range guy behind a bunch of 1-rangers.
I mean, it looks like it's how the map started. Like, obviously that happened by accident. That wasn't how the map started. But oftentimes maps will like be designed to start with the enemies in those positions. Like,
Or like the
like
fire
that.
tile guys, where the mercenary with the killing edge
Mhm.
has fire tiles on the 2 range tiles.
I don't think you can take care of the killer bug guy.
Nope. I almost think
Good
I have
thing
to wait a
Rifter
turn.
notoriously has very high luck and is never a crit.
Yeah, 108. It's not 0, so it's too high.
Put him in the bushes.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep him in a. I think I'm just gonna stay in a forest for a turn.
Like, that way he gets a lot of avoid. And, then, as a result,
I think
like,
there's another bone
functionally
over here.
lowers the crit rate because they have to have hit
Hit
him, which
two.
they have low hit rate, and then also crit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna
Like, it doesn't
bait some
literally
of-
lower the crit rate, but it kind of does.
I'm gonna bait. It lowers the chance of death overall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bait some fighters down, so it'll hopefully cause less clutter up here. Do you kill with the steel blade? Nope. Silver
So you have to
sword
silver
is-
sword.
That's fine.
For a second, I forgot that that was also a forest tile, and I saw the forest tile next to him, and I was like, "No, Jacob!
You forgot.
You forgot to move him into the terrain."
Hey, he won't get crit now.
Based.
I love that these guys are arranged so that these guys have to use 1 range. I think this is good use of Silver Sword. I don't feel bad about using it like this.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing: is you are 3 chapters from the armory where you can buy a ton of killers.
Yes.
And I think that those are going to be your go-to weapons. I think killers are better than silvers in this game.
They're so useful. They're more accessible. They're accurate. They have good
Yeah.
amounts of damage on them.
And then, like, you can crit too, but I don't even think
Oh,
the
you-
crit is like the selling point of the killers. Like, I have to ask Oifi, but I'm pretty sure. It's okay.
I think I know what you're looking for, and yes, you are right.
FE6, Killer, sword,
Okay.
silver, sword. I'm pretty sure this is true, but I don't wanna. Oh, it's killing edge.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Dani.
okay. FE6 Killer Lance. There we go. Silver Lance. I don't want to say this.
And then be wrong.
Oh, wait, I can't compare them side by side? Oh, that's dumb. You can compare units side by side, but you can't compare items side by side.
I know you're looking up, like versus silver, but I do know the Killer Lance is more accurate than an Iron Lance. It has 5 more hit than an Iron Lance for some reason.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. What I wanted to check was, and I was correct about this, they are the same number of uses and they're the same price.
Oh, wow.
So it's not even a matter of like you use the killer lances because they're cheaper than the silver lances.
Just use Killer.
You
really.
literally just use the killer lances because the 10 hit they have is usually worth the trade-off of 4 might.
Yeah, I usually find, especially nowadays, when it comes to killer weapons, I don't use killer weapons to go for crits. I use them because they're just better steel weapons. You could take the critical chance off of killer weapons, and I think I would still use them a lot.
As in Lugh the Warrior
Yes.
from Fire Emblem.
Whoa, defense.
I think that it depends on the game because
Also,
like there's definitely not only ROM hacks but like mainline games where the crit inherent to like if it's a game where you can crit stack, right?
yes.
Like Three Houses or Engage are big games for crit stacking. Then the crit on killer weapons is useful for that. And then there's some ROM hacks where swordmasters, snipers, zerkers, and halberdiers often have like 15 or 30 crit bonus. And when that's the case, I also think it is like useful there.
So this is safe.
Because like even if you can't do the engage or three houses crit stack where you get 100 crit, I still think if you've got a 30 crit bonus and then a weapon that gives 30 crit, like you are above 50% crit. I like that.
So you'd like...
Especially on classes like sword masters and snipers that can double. Actually, are snipers actually fast, or am I just like ROM hack brain rotted? Because so many ROM hacks make snipers just into sword masters but with bows.
Which
and
is
like,
a
I think
really
that's a good place
idea.
for them. I think that's a good place for them. Like they're fast as shit.
That's such a good idea.
And they get the crit bonus. Not every ROM hack does that, but a lot of them do.
I like the crit bonus on them.
Yeah, I think any class that only has one weapon should have a crit bonus.
Just as like a consolation prize for being stuck with only one weapon type. And
Are you gonna visit Echidna's house?
Oh, I wish. It's also like a demonstration of mastery over a weapon type. Like, oh, I'm so good with this weapon, I can crit with it a lot.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So here comes my favorite part of the map, where we see whether Klein is a good unit, or if Klein just gives me the middle finger and I have to deal with it.
I think this AI is so funny.
It's very funny. Also, I don't really plan on going through this wall, but you never know. Just in case. And I wanted bow rank on Shin, because he still can't use killer bows.
Counterpoint, if you break that wall, it makes it easier for the paladin cavalry reinforcements to
True.
get back to you if they get baited away the wrong way. So maybe keeping it intact if you're not going through it
Yes, he
is
moved. Okay.
a thing.
I'm so happy he moved. I was gonna scream.
So I've always thought it would be very funny if Percival had that AI.
No, don't. That sounds terrifying.
So in the FE6 remake, can we get Percy to have that AI?
As annoying as I find this AI, I really hope it's in the remake. More people need to experience this.
I disagree. Less people need to experience this. That AI being in the remake will like cause people to not play the remake.
But don't you get it? I'm hurt and I need other people to suffer. I don't want to heal. I want other people to hurt.
So you're like one of those people who says we shouldn't cancel student debt. Oh no, I got political.
Oh no, rip my channel.
Well, if there's any map for me to get political in, it's the one where you are helping a revolution against the corrupt rich people.
Oh, I meant to hit the equipment. Oh well. Yo, speed wings.
So those are going to Boris because he needs the help, right?
I'll see if it helps him hit a doubling threshold.
Have you thought about who you're giving the speed wings to unironically?
No idea. I have not been thinking about that.
Are you going to treat stat boosters the same way you're treating promotion items?
Definitely. I'll wait until after I spin the wheel to get stat
like,
boosters.
The thing is that you've currently got, like, every good unit in your army.
Basically.
With the exception of Volt.
Rip him. Oh, I need to give him the speed wing so he can be on average with speed.
No, don't fall for it! Don't fall for the Walt propaganda. I was gonna say, you should decide who to give them to this map.
Yeah.
Because, like, if we're being honest, it's going to be, like, one of Echidna, Marcus, Zealot.
Yes. Oh, wait, Merlin's isn't here.
Question mark? Shin? Question mark?
I sent them away, so I actually can't give them to someone this map.
Oh,
I'm an
Lamau!
idiot.
I'm so used to Merlin. Look, I've been watching this playthrough for so long that I have internalized that Merlin is just auto-deployed like he is in 7.
He just appears every map, because this is what I've been doing. Wait, turn 8 is when she shows up, right?
Who?
Echidna.
Echidna shows up on turn 8.
Okay.
Tate shows up on turn 7. Brigand shows up this turn.
Okay, I have time for that. I can fly. That's why I flew Shanna over here, so she can grab this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We are.
Well, and you don't even need to grab the house. You just need someone in range of the
yes,
brigands.
to distract the brigands. But we are.
Because the brigands have that AI that's like.
I want to burn this house, but I really want to hit you.
There's a again like Dani and gushing about ROM hacks.
What else is new?
What else is new? But I was playing a ROM hack where
there's a brigand over here.
the first map where there's brigands and villages. The brigand boss is talking. It's a hack where like frequently they'll just break the story in order to tutorialize stuff. Which I know people criticize. People criticize FE6 for doing this because there's a couple of bosses who say like, we're gonna get reinforcements in 7 turns, or not even that, we're gonna get reinforcements next turn. But I honestly think that's a good choice. To like, who cares if it's unrealistic? They would say that. So anyway, this brigand says, the brigand boss says like, all right, boys, now you need to destroy these houses. Now, I know all of you have anger issues, and so whenever you see someone, you get the overwhelming urge to get into a fight instead of destroy the houses. But please, for the love of God, plunder the houses, even if there's someone for you can fight. But boss, I really like fighting. No, please, plunder the houses. We need the money. But boss, I really like the fighting. And that's their way of tutorializing that the brigands are going to go for your units.
Over the houses.
Of like telling you what AI they have.
That's
like,
so
I guess
cute.
Technically there are multiple types of brigand AI that it could be.
Speaking of, hi. This enemy phase music's so cool. Gosh, I sure do love 1-2 range. I've been getting some really mixed feelings about 1-2 range over the past couple of weeks.
Why is that?
I'm not sure. I think it's because I played Path of Radiance, and I finally played a ROM hack, and wouldn't you know, it was one that was very 1-2 range spammy. And
oh, what ROM hack did you play?
It was sort of Heaven and Earth.
Oh!
And
that's FE7, FE6, like mid-pull, right?
basically, yeah. It kind of takes place right as Roy. Well, I should probably not send this away. So I can actually use it this map. But it gets pretty 1-2 range heavy throughout it. And it's kind of made me go, huh, maybe 1-2 range is kind of not super amazing, especially when the enemy has so much of it. It's something that needs to be given really sparingly to the enemy, because otherwise it just gets tedious.
Because I recently finished playing Four Kings, which there will be a review on my channel soon, soon TM. And I think the big thing about like 1-2 range is if no enemies have it, they end up just feeling like very samey. It was an issue that hack ran into mostly in the end, but it was kind of there all along, where I could look at an enemy and be like, that is a sword enemy, the only weapon they're going to have in their inventory is a brave sword. That is a lance enemy, the only weapon they're going to have is a brave lance. And it made groups not feel distinct. Like, you know, right here, we've had 3 archers, the steel bow archer, the killer bow archer, and the longbow archer, and they're like all threatening in different ways.
Yes, and I really like that about FE6, that the enemies feel very varied in like
even
weapon
if it's
types.
the same classes.
Yeah.
Like, I think the go-to for me example is in chapter 13, I think it is, the Twin Bridges.
I was gonna say
where
spoilers.
Have reinforcements from behind, and like one has a Reaver, one has a Steel, one has a Javelin, one has a Killer, I want to say, and one's a Troubadour.
Yeah, spoilers for Chapter 13. You guys are going to hear me gush about this exact same thing all over again, because that's one of my favorite parts about Chapter 13 is there will be a whole squad. There will be a Silver Lance Paladin, but then you'll have a Lance Reaver, an Axe Reaver, a Killer Lance, a Javelin, and a Steel Sword Cavalier, all with him. So it's... You can't just put one person with one weapon type in range and then say, cool, I win.
I mean, you can. It's called Milady. You never grind on those reinforcements. I think it's harder to do that than people say, but it's also still not that hard. Like she certainly is a unit that does exist and was balanced.
Definitely. I really want this Orion's Bolt, and you guys are gonna run into Steel Axe fighter range. Although they have hand axes. Well, they don't show up this turn, but next turn, those two would have been able to run up here into Steel Axe fighter range. And I think they get doubled by the Steel Axe fighters. I remember that happening in my most recent playthrough. Do I need to heal anyone? No. So I think I'm pretty much done with most of the time-based... Hey, look, it's your favorite unit from your streams, right?
Tate? Yeah, I really like Tate. I mean, I wouldn't call her my favorite unit, but I think she's pretty strong. I think she's a little bit underrated because, like, Shanna is such a phenomenal unit that she really, like, overshadows her.
Oh, I was talking about the good unit.
Oh, Shaya? I mean, Shaya's fucking busted, but that's because they give you Tate in Chapter fucking 2. Like, look at that unit's bases, and that's with hard mode bonuses, by the way. They give her to you in Chapter 2. Like, Shaya might be one of the strongest units ever made in a Fire Emblem.
I meant the generic alien.
Oh, for Murder King? God, that unit is so bad. Everyone loves them. They're really just like a flying white pool. Like, they are really just a flying white pool. And we stand them for that.
Okay, Tate actually moved this turn, so I am very relieved.
You got Tate moving and Klein moving.
Yes,
like,
although I do need Tate to move at least one more turn, or else I'm going to be very upset.
Is it every turn?
Every turn, there is a chance that she just doesn't move.
Where's Klein, by the way?
Here.
You rescue dropping him up? You should rescue drop him up, question mark?
Probably. I'm gonna send him up here, and then I'll... I need to block
so
here
this
now.
turn Echidna is about to show up.
Yes.
And with her, the 3 Axe Fighters. And
gosh, where do they show
will
up?
attack
It's
people
here,
who are not
here,
her.
and here.
Okay, so go down one, go down one.
So Echidna's here.
To the left 2, to the left 2.
So there's one
there.
here.
Down.
Here.
So there, and then one directly in front of her.
Then one here.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
I've got the map pulled up, but it's so hard to describe where they are on the map, other than just, like, giving you direct instructions for where to put the cursor.
Yeah.
Which, like, of course, you don't know what I'm saying, even with that.
Look at this steel.
Like, I have the map right next to me, but
it's awkward in GBA without like a good grid or something to base it off of.
Yeah.
But there's one here, so that means
I
need
like
to
having a
block
tiny bit of a
here.
grid turned on.
I say that, but then I immediately
Well,
turn
there's
off
not
the
even
grid.
really landmarks, too. Like, the only landmark is Echidna's starting tile, which thankfully you know.
Yeah.
But, like, if you didn't, then it becomes an issue, I guess.
Do they have hand axes? Do you remember? I don't think they do. They just have steel
I think they
axes.
do.
Yucky.
Well, let me make sure. I might be wrong.
They might. I know they have steel axes.
It doesn't say. It doesn't say. Ooh, I think they have hand axes.
We'll equip a bunch of one range, so they won't want to go for the archers. Okay, so one of them's here, so I need to go here. One,
Hey,
2, 3, 4, 5.
Since you're using Lot,
Uh-huh.
there's killer axes for sale in this armory.
There are. 1, 2.
Just saying.
I will.
Are we gonna get to see some Whirlwind Warriors?
I am definitely going to be picking up some killer axes. Okay, I think I'm pretty content with this. I might move you up. Because they shouldn't want to go for the archers. They should want to hand axe Fear and Roy, which they should be fine. Suddenly second guessing everything. They can't reach like anyone else. I would actually prefer they go for the archers then. Okay, so if you move one more turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I can still reach you with Shanna this turn, and at least turn you green. And then I can recruit with.
Remember,
mine.
archers die, all you're losing is the Orion's Bolt.
Yeah.
And you can get another one. I know we want to promote Wolf for like meme
That's a
purposes,
meme,
but like if we're being perfectly honest,
I like how this guy says we have you surrounded on all sides as he's standing right next to Jarrett and Boars.
I know, right?